What are you doing?
Well, we're taking an engine out of a car.
Would you have believed it a month ago?
No. I mean, well, yes, because I had a connection rod bearing
2 months ago?
2 months ago, no.
That engine is sitting very wampus.
That's alright.
It's not going to fall. Probably.
Hopefully. Putting it on jack.
Well, that'd be one way to get it out.
Yeah, right.
Just drop it, literally. So we got parts strewn everywhere. We got a front subframe with steering box and lines and servo, tie rods, idler arm, pitman arm, heat shielding. Then the exhaust, those are factory cats back to a 2B resonator, X-pipe, and then 2B mufflers as well. Then we've got the entire front core support here as one piece, which is pretty smart to remove it that way. I would have ended up taking it apart piece by piece and that would have been unnecessary. So the aux fan is in there, this front support piece, the bumper impact struts, and then the upper part with the stickers as well. Obviously the front bumper with ducts. There are the Style 65s with tires.
PS4S, baby.
Yeah, the right tires too. Then we've got the radiator, the AC condenser,
Expansion tank.
the expansion tank, the power steering cooler, hoses, the belts. Up top, let's get the full tour. That's the wiring harness from Sterling. Up here, air boxes, engine air boxes, headlights, brake duct coolers, cabin HVAC intake ducts, cabin filter boxes, belly pan, and Patrick Star. And we've got a whole bunch more stuff to move up there. That's kind of the temporary storage up and out of the way. So hopefully I won't sell too much of his stuff. Yeah, engine will probably come out tomorrow. There's a front pork chop. That's not for sale. There's another front pork chop. Exhaust mounts. I saw a fan clutch down there. More heat shielding. So you're pulling the engine out. You bought a crankshaft from good old buddy Jeff back in Ohio. Well, he's in Massachusetts, but bought a crank from him. So you're going to have that polished, swap cranks, and then you're going to rebuild timing chains, guides, tensioners.
Yeah, it's not really much of a rebuild. It's more of a refresh. I think to have a full rebuild, you got to pull the heads off of it. When you pull the heads off, you do valve guide seals, you do valve seat, rehoning.
It's a lot more work, and it just doesn't need that. It doesn't need that.
It burns like a drop of oil, a half a quart of oil in 3,500 miles.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess with the piston rings if I don't have to. I don't mess with any of that.
Yeah, you're smart not to. You don't need to. So, I mean, it's disconnected, unplugged. The exhaust is gone. We're swapping the drive shaft right now. He's got some play in a U-joint. So,
yeah.
we're going to do a deal on that one from Sterling. We're going to have to swap the center support bearing again.
Yeah, which
means separating the drive shaft. What about that little thing we put in the end of it? That end?
Oh, this end. I don't think
I mean, that one's refurbished. It might have a new one already.
it may have a new one. It may not. It's not even necessary, to be honest.
Yeah,
So.
I remember you were saying that before. So we'll need to remove some more heat shielding here, and then all these bolts on the rear CV joint where it makes the differential.
We're going to do diff seals as well, which is going to be
diff seals.
really quick.
And then we found a fun little problem over here. This Dynon rear shock absorber
Dynon by JRSV
is very wet. So that one unfortunately is leaking. All the other ones are fine though.
Yeah, it's not unheard of for these shocks. They're not super durable. There's a company, thankfully, I think in Illinois, that you ship the shock out to and they'll rebuild it. I don't know what that costs, but I guess we're going to find out. So.
Yeah, you're going to know soon.
Yep.
We'll look into it. Well, he's been doing that. I've been off and on helping, and then shipping, quoting. We did 5 orders today, which is great. Sold a bunch of stuff. So the truck's full of boxes. We can take those to FedEx on the way home.
Did we mention that we are 13 thousandths of a millimeter from away from being able to put this engine back together?
13 thousandths of a millimeter. I almost said milliliter. Yeah. Okay, we are wrapping up today, Tuesday. Engine's ready to come out.
6 transmission mount bolts. Put the crane on the front end and let her ship.
There's 7 fastening points holding this engine in right now.
Yeah.
6 transmission bolts. And that chain supported by the front chassis.
Might be a bit of an angle.
It is at quite an angle. We put the hood in service position too. If you disconnect the struts, there's holes that you can thread bolts through.
Stop laughing. I can hear you laughing on mine.
Yeah, they probably are. But it's almost vertical, and in fact we can't raise the car all the way up because it's very close to the ceiling. So I don't know how practical that is, but it was fun to see. Never done it before.
It's super nice if you're working on a D&D box or something.
Oh yeah. So tomorrow that comes out, gets put on that stand. Oh, I almost just fell off the stairs.
Don't do that.
Oh, that would have sucked. Gets put on that stand and then flipped over and
Take the crankshaft
pulling the crankshaft out. I've never done that before.
Well, first things first, it comes out. Take the transmission off, take the flywheel off. Hold the thing onto these arms. Hold these down, obviously.
Yeah, it's a whole process.
Whole process.
But we'll get it.
Yeah.
We'll get it. Did a lot today. We got a lot done today. This all looked normal this morning.
Yeah.
But up here, this is where the parts are. So we got a Tyag bumper, exhaust manifold, span and fan clutch. Yeah, what's left of it. It's not in the best shape. It was a Chicago car, so it went through all those winters and salt and shit. Yep.